that deals with mindset. But the major one, which was really my first one that I created, which is called Creating Magic. So Creating Magic, the reason why I would say that one is just because I remember that was the material, the type of information that was transformative for me. And I don't think that if I would not have understood that, I would not have been as successful utilizing the other ones, even if I did understand external communication, even if I did understand technical know-how and really got good at something, I would not have been as effective or successful at it. It's because of the mindset shift that really changed everything. Because think about what that does. The mindset shift, what it does is that it impacts. So here are the things that it impacts. This is why it's so critical. So it impacts your confidence, your whole confidence about yourself, who you are, what you're capable of. It impacts your courage, the courage to take action on certain things. It impacts your resilience, your ability to bounce back from setbacks. It impacts with your ability to bounce back from setbacks is everything. I mean, that's, there's a lot of people we know who have lost a lot of money. They couldn't take it. They couldn't deal with it. So they end up jumping out of a building or something like that. It's because of that internal communication was not to the point to where they can really bounce back and handle that. And so what I'm saying is that your internal communication does everything. And here's the other thing that it impacts, which is the main thing right here really is your identity package. In other words, this is the package that we all have. We all have a view of ourselves and what we're capable of and what's possible and what we're worth and all that. And all of that stems from your internal communication. If you don't have that down, then you can be really good at something, really, really good at something, but you're going to allow yourself to do it for really peanuts or nothing because you don't think you're really worth much. Or you might be really good at something, and if you mess up, you're not going to be able to bounce back from a setback, so you're going to have a higher degree of opportunity to go into depression, you get on drugs and all kinds of other stuff. So there's a lot of things that not having a strong, internal communication is going to allow you to not be able to really get. But if you got that internal communication, you'll have the attitude to actually figure out how to do this other stuff. So if you want to be more, grow more, have more and all this stuff, you'll be able to have that mindset that says, you know what, I might not know how to do it at this point, but I'm going to learn how to do this. So I'm going to learn how to be better with people and utilize people skills if that's what it takes. I'm going to learn how to be a more effective investor. I'm going to learn how to be a better accountant or a better network marketer or a better, sports player or a better musician, whatever your profession is. Your mindset will allow you to go through what's required to get better at it. Whereas if that part of it is gone, then you're going to have all kinds of challenges, all kinds of problems. So I think that's the major foundational point is that whole mindset piece.
All right, and that's Creating Magic, guys, and you can find that on clubrhino.com. The next question I had for you, Jerry, was before I ask the question, I just want to make sure that I'm clear, is that you've had money. Well, first and foremost, you made your first $1 million by the age of 19, right?
No. 19 was kind of like my really launchy pad point. So by the time I was almost 20, so I was still 19, I was making six figures. So I was making six figures,
okay.
But I wasn't a millionaire yet. So the millionaire,
okay.
I would say about 26 years old by the time I, made my first million.
Okay. All right, cool. So you've had money, you lost money, and had to gain it all back again, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sure.
Isn't that true? You lost a lot of your money at one point, right?
Yeah. I mean, early on, I lost pretty much, I had developed this nice six figures, multiple six figures and so forth, and then I ended up losing it and was pretty much back to scratch, just starting all over. I was really young when this all happened. I was about, I had made my first little small amount of nice little money by the time I was like 22. and then I was broke again by the time I was 22, and then I was able to obviously regenerate it and, become a millionaire by the time I was 26. So, yeah.
All right, because the reason why I'm asking that, Jerry, is because that happens to a lot of us. I mean, if you want to talk about the public eye, I mean, it's happened to Will Smith when he was shooting Fresh Prince after his rap career. He went, you know, he went broke, let's say. But I think it would be great if you could share with us, like, what would you say is one reason that you lost it?
Well, back then, okay, so there's two different instances I would say in my life where I lost like quite a bit of money. I mean, I've lost a lot of money here and there, but there's probably two instances where I lost quite a bit. One was early on, and that was a different reason why I lost that. Then what happened like later on, it was a totally different reason. And when I say later on, I'm talking about, 2008. 2008, I lost like $4 million. And,
oh, wow. Wait, $4 million?
Yeah, in that financial crisis, because there was a financial crisis that we had back in 2008, and during that time I lost like $4 million cash. This was hard-earned money that I had saved up and so forth. So that was really serious. So let's go back to the point where, I lost, I don't know, $100,000, $200,000. It wasn't that much back then, but it was everything to me back when I was 21. I guess I was about 21 years old, and so back then the reason I lost it was because I was. I would say if I had to really look at it, I was young, naive, thought that, this would just come every month, not a problem. Nothing's going to happen. I'm young. What could happen to me? I'm so young and all this stuff. Without realizing that, I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't eating right. I wasn't doing anything. So I ended up burning out. So that was the reason really I lost that, is that I just ended up not treating myself properly. And just, end up burning out, having the wrong mindset around, my mortality. Okay. You're young. When you're young, you can, like, stay up for, like, 5 nights in a row. You can do that every single week. And so I was doing that because I was so into, like, studying, learning, and growing. It wasn't like I was out partying or anything like that. I wasn't doing those things. I was doing the things that you would think are really uplifting. I was staying up all night reading books. I was staying up all night listening to audios. I was staying up all, catching up with other stuff. So that was the reason there. I just ended up burning out because of all the combination of not drinking enough water, not eating properly, just doing like 10, 20 things, trying to do that number of things on a high level, on a consistent level, not sleeping much. All that stuff is the reason for that. So that was very understandable. And then the 2008 crash, what did I do? I don't know, because I look back and it's like, what could you have done to maybe have prevented that? And I didn't see it coming, to be honest with you. That was one of those things where I did not really see coming. I was investing a lot in real estate. I had bought like 200 houses already by that time. And so I had bought a lot of real estate and residential real estate. That was pretty much my focus. And then all of a sudden I started investing in commercial real estate. And in and of itself, I don't think it's that big of a deal. So, okay, you step into the commercial real estate. So I started building commercial buildings and stuff. And the problem, I guess, that I did that I could have did better is I used, like, instead of leveraging other people's money, in other words, leveraging the bank's money, I was putting a lot of my money into these projects. And that's one thing that I should not have done, is I should have leveraged the bank's money better than just having the attitude that, I don't really need the bank, I just do it myself. And that put my money at risk. Now, if the bank lost $4 million, it's not a big deal to them. But me losing $4 million, that was a big deal to me, So, I mean, ultimately, I could have told the bank, okay, I owe you one. Don't worry about it. But I mean, for me, that was a big hit, right? That was a huge hit for me. And it really kind of like took a big chunk of what I had saved over all these years. And that was, and I didn't really see it coming. So it's one of those things where the thing I could have done better is definitely, utilize leverage a lot better. And I would have been much better off if I had done that from multiple perspectives. And so, but, I guess, having a big ego and just saying, hey, I'll do it all on my own. I guess that was one of the downfalls to assisting in that. And probably not reading the market properly. There could have been some signs of it, but I really just didn't see it coming. And when it finally hit, it was like, wow, okay, this is going to be around for a month or two. But then I really realized, no, this is serious. And so once it hit, you got to learn how to, it's what they call sunk costs. Like once it hit, I still didn't believe it was happening. And so I still sunk more money in. I could have probably got away with losing maybe $2 million. I ended up still sinking more money in during that time that ended up costing me to lose another $2 million on top of the first $2 million. So, yeah, so there were some things I definitely could have done that would have, I think I would have lost the money, period, but, you know, because the markets tanked that bad and the way I was investing in real estate changed all of a sudden overnight. I couldn't invest in the specific way that I was investing in. That specific strategy disappeared like overnight. Out of all the strategies available, that particular investment strategy disappeared overnight pretty much. So, you know.
So, but was it with your, like when you, let's say for example, when you lost your, let's say when you officially lost the $4 million, I'm sure it happened over a little period of time, but once it really realized, like, wow, I just lost $4 million. Like, what was your mindset at that point? At any point, was it like, you know what? I'm just going to kind of lay low. I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to just, you know, kind of just ride the wave. Or were you like, was your mindset like, you know what? I'm mad. I'm angry. I'm going to get that times 10 or whatever like that.
Yeah, it was a little bit of both probably. I mean, I knew that I'll eventually get it back. So I wasn't, you know, I mean, I was upset that it happened, of course. I was really upset at that because I did see some ways that it didn't have to happen to that extent. So I did quickly see some ways where I could have minimized it. I didn't think I could have completely not lost money during that time. I would have lost some money, but like I said, maybe $2 million instead of $4 million, which, hey, you know, it would have been better to keep another $2 of my $1 million, right? Of course. So, I mean, I still would not have been happy losing the $2 million, but that would have been better than losing $4 million, right? This is real money, by the way. I lost. It wasn't like paper or anything. This is like real money. Real cash money. So that was definitely there. And at the same time, I just knew that, okay, I'll get it back. So I kind of did a little bit of both as far as the lay low type of thing. Because number one, my real estate strategy, I couldn't do anymore. Because remember, that was gone. So even if I wanted to continue to utilize that same investment strategy I was using, that's the one that allowed me to buy 200 houses that I had got really good at. Utilizing that particular strategy. So I kind of either, you know, I could have learned a new real estate strategy that I really wanted to use, but based on my situation, that was really a great one, and I just couldn't use it anymore. So I just kind of lay low because during that time I did, like, I remember telling my wife, hey, look, you know, I'm just going to kind of chill and relax a little bit. As a matter of fact, I'm going to just work on my PhD. I'm going to look at something on my bucket list that I wanted to do, that I've always wanted to do, and I'm just going to do that. So I started working on my PhD during that time, just stuff to kind of get my mind away from everything. She was like, well, it's going to cost you $100,000 just to work on your PhD. And I said, well, that's fine. I mean, you know, it's better to.
I just lost $4 million.
Yeah, I mean, what's another $100,000, right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, kind of took my mind off of doing other stuff. And so that's what I did for many, many years. And it kind of changed my whole, I guess you could call it work schedule, I guess. Like at that time, I kind of shifted my whole work schedule. I changed it from being out working all the time, doing a whole bunch of stuff to, you know, like my schedule now kind of derived from that point. My schedule now is like I work 16 hours a week. And I've been pretty much doing that, like that's, you know, Monday through Thursday is typically my work time, Monday through Thursday for 4 hours a day. So that's my typical work schedule. And, you know, so it's 16 hours a week, and that's pretty much kind of what I've been doing for the last 10 years or so. So it kind of spurred that, and I guess you can look at that, some good parts to that and some bad parts to that. I mean, the bad parts is that, you know, I'm not as productive as I used to be, running around the world, doing all the stuff I used to do. But at the same time, I've gotten a chance to relax and kind of chill and spend more time with my kids, spend more time with my wife, and, you know, really watch my younger kids grow up, you know, because my older kid, he's already grown out doing his thing.